October 14th, 2020. Kate Middleton stood before the mirror in Kensington Palace, adjusting her blue Amelia Wickstead dress. Rain drizzled outside, typical London autumn. But today was special. Today she was heading somewhere her heart had been leading her for years. Imperial College London. Tommy's National Centre for Miscarriage Research. Baby Loss Awareness Week. She picked up a floral mask from the table. The pandemic had changed the world, changed how they met with people. But it hadn't changed what mattered most, the need to be there. Prince William entered the room. "Ready?" he asked quietly. Kate nodded, but her hands trembled slightly as she fastened her coat. These meetings were never easy. Every story broke her heart, every embrace took a piece of her soul, but she knew it was necessary. "There will be mothers who've lost their children," she said. "They're not waiting for pity. They're waiting to be seen, for their grief to be acknowledged." William placed a hand on her shoulder. "You give them hope. Just be yourself." The motorcade pulled away. London outside seemed frozen. Empty streets, closed cafes, people in masks hurrying about their business, avoiding eye contact. Isolation had become normal. But isolation in grief? That was unbearable. Kate thought about the statistics she'd studied before the visit. 1 in 4 pregnancies in the United Kingdom ends in loss. 1 in 4. Thousands of women experience this pain alone every year. Many stay silent. Society doesn't teach us how to talk about it. "We've arrived, Your Royal Highness," the driver said. Kate stepped out of the car. Imperial College loomed before her. Inside, a research center where scientists tried to understand the causes of pregnancy loss, where they searched for answers, where they gave hope. She was met by Jane Bruin, chief executive of Tommy's, a woman with warm eyes and a tired smile. "Duchess, thank you for visiting," she began. "Jane, please." "Just Catherine," Kate replied gently. "Tell me about your work." They walked through the laboratory corridors. Kate listened intently to information about research, about how scientists study genetics, hormones, immune systems, how they try to find causes of miscarriages and stillbirths. But the main event lay ahead. A small room, soft chairs, dimmed lights, and 8 women who'd come to share their stories. Kate entered, removed her mask for a moment so they could see her face. See not a duchess, but a woman. A mother of 3 children who understands. Motherhood isn't only joy. "Hello," she said simply. "Thank you for finding the strength to come." One of the women, Rachel, sat in the corner, hands clasped tight, eyes distant. Kate sat across from the mothers, not on a raised platform, not in a special place, simply beside them, on the same level. She'd learned this over years of charitable work, to be not above, but with. Claire Worgan spoke first. A Sands charity worker who'd lost her daughter Alice 3 years ago. Her voice shook as she recounted 3 days in a Manchester hospital, how she tried to fit an entire lifetime into those hours. Kate listened, didn't interrupt, didn't offer empty comfort. She was just there. Her eyes moistened when Claire described the moment of goodbye. "You were an incredible mother to Alice," Kate said quietly. "Those 3 days, that's an eternity of love." Then another woman spoke. Then another. Each story, like a blow. Kate felt tension building in her chest, felt her heart squeeze with pain that couldn't be fixed. But she didn't look away, didn't hide behind protocol. She gave them what they needed most: attention, recognition, the right to grieve. Rachel remained silent. Kate noticed how the woman gripped a handkerchief, how she avoided making eye contact. "You don't have to speak," Kate addressed her across the room. "Sometimes silence is also a way of coping." Rachel lifted her head. Their eyes met, and in that moment, something broke inside. "I don't know how to keep living," came a hoarse whisper. "8 months have passed, and I still wake up reaching for the crib." Kate stood, slowly approached, sat beside Rachel. No one told her to do this. There was no protocol point about hugging a stranger. But she took the woman's hand in hers. "Tell me about your baby," she asked simply. And Rachel spoke. About 24 weeks of pregnancy, how she chose a name, set up the nursery, about pink wallpaper with clouds, about how one day everything stopped. Kate didn't let go of her hand. She knew. Words were powerless here. You can't say everything will be okay when it won't be okay. Can't promise the pain will leave. It doesn't leave. It simply becomes part of you. Your daughter knew love, Kate said. For 24 weeks she felt your heartbeat, heard your voice. That was her entire life, and you gave her everything. Rachel finally cried, really cried. Not the quiet tears she hid from her husband, not the stifled sobs into her pillow at night, but real, cleansing tears. Kate hugged her, tightly, for a long time, not paying attention to photographers allowed to take a few pictures, not thinking about how it looked, just held her. "You're not alone," she whispered. "Thousands of women feel the same, and it doesn't make the pain less, but you're not alone." After the meeting, Kate asked to stay another half hour. Officially, the visit had ended, but she approached each mother separately, asked how Tommy's could help, wrote down names, promised their stories wouldn't be forgotten. Jane Bruin watched from the side. "She's special," she told a colleague. "Did you see? She's not playing a role. She genuinely feels it." Kate received a gift, a special candle from Plum and Ashby, white, with the inscription "Wave of Light." Tomorrow, October 15th, at 7 in the evening, people worldwide would light candles in memory of lost babies. "I'll light it," Kate promised, "and I'll think of each of your children." At home in Kensington Palace, Kate stood by the window, the candle in her hands. Prince George slept in his room. Princess Charlotte hugged a teddy bear. Prince Louis breathed softly in his crib. 3 living, healthy children, a gift she never took for granted. William entered quietly. "How was your day?" Kate turned, a mixture of sadness and determination on her face. "I met women who lost everything. And they survived. They found the strength to come, to share, to help others. It's incredible." She sank onto the sofa. Exhaustion hit all at once. Emotional visits drained her more than hours of official receptions. One of them, Rachel, lost her daughter 8 months ago. William, she said every morning she wakes up and doesn't remember. 3 seconds of happy forgetting. Then memory returns, like a punch. The prince sat beside her. "You helped her. I hugged her, listened. But it won't bring back her baby." "No." "But you gave her something no one else does. You saw her, acknowledged her pain. Most people just turn away." Kate knew he was right. Over years working with Tommy's, with Each, with other charities, she'd learned the main thing. People don't need solutions. They need presence. The next morning, Kate woke early. Thoughts of yesterday's meeting circled in her head. Rachel, the other mothers, thousands of women experiencing loss alone. She went down to her office, opened her laptop, started writing letters, not official messages from a Duchess, personal notes, to Rachel, Claire, the others. "Dear Rachel," she typed, "our meeting yesterday touched me deeply. Your story, your pain, your strength. I want you to know." She wrote for a long time, chose words carefully, crossed out, rewrote. She couldn't be false, couldn't use empty phrases. By lunch, the letters were ready. Kate personally took them to the secretariat, asked them to be sent in her name, without royal seals. Simply from Catherine. "Your Royal Highness, are you sure?" the secretary asked. "Usually such letters." "I'm sure," Kate answered firmly. "These women don't need formalities. They need to know they were heard." Throughout the following week, Kate thought about that visit constantly. She raised the issue with William, discussed expanding support programs with advisors, contacted Tommy's to learn how to help research. But most of all, she thought about October 15th, about Wave of Light, about how tomorrow evening she'd light a candle. "Mum, what's this?" George asked, seeing the white candle on the table. Kate knelt beside her son. He was only 7 years old. How to explain? "It's a memorial candle," she said simply. "Tomorrow evening we'll light it along with thousands of other people around the world, in memory of babies who couldn't be born. Did it hurt them? No, sweetheart. But their mums and dads are hurting very much right now, and the candle is a way to show we remember them. That they're not alone." George nodded seriously. Children understand more than it seems. October 15th, 7 in the evening. Kate lit the candle in the living room. William and the children stood nearby. They were silent for a minute, just watched the flame. Kate thought about Rachel, whether she was lighting her candle now, whether she was alone or with her husband, about the pink nursery that remained empty. She photographed the candle, wrote a post on social media. "Baby Loss Awareness Week is an incredibly important moment to support those who've experienced the devastating loss of a child. Sending love, strength, and hope to all affected." Simple, without grandeur, from the heart. 2 days later, Kate received a letter. An envelope with no return address. Inside, a handwritten note. "Dear Catherine, I don't know how to thank you. Your embrace on October 14th was the first moment in 8 months when I felt someone truly saw my pain. Didn't try to comfort you. Didn't say time heals, didn't advise trying again, just saw. I've reread your letter every day, especially the words about my daughter knowing love. I never thought of it that way. It always seemed I'd failed. Didn't carry to term, but you're right. For 24 weeks, she lived, and every second felt she was loved. Thank you for the Wave of Light candle. Thank you for giving people like me the chance not to hide. Thank you for using your platform to speak about things society silences. You changed something in me. I can't explain what. But when you hugged me, when you held my hand, I felt it's possible to survive. It's possible to keep living, carrying this pain. It doesn't make me broken. It makes me a mother who loves." With deep gratitude, Rachel Kate read the letter 3 times. Tears blurred the lines. She called Jane Bruin. "Can I meet Rachel again?" Unofficially. Just to talk. "Duchess, this is Catherine. Please, it's important to me." The meeting happened a week later. A small cafe near Tommy's, no guards inside. Just 2 women at a table. Rachel arrived 5 minutes early. Nervous, fidgeting with a napkin. Kate entered in a simple grey coat and jeans. Smiled, sat across from her. "I received your letter," she began. "Rachel, I'm the one who should be thanking you. You gave me the chance to see real strength." They talked for an hour, about children, dreams, fears. Kate shared her anxieties as a mother, how she feared for George when he was born, sleepless nights, the panicked need to check his breathing. "Motherhood is constant fear of loss," she said. "I'm not comparing my experience with yours, but I understand that terror, that helplessness." Rachel listened. For the first time in months, she didn't feel broken. She felt heard. "What helps you?" Kate asked. "Working at Tommy's. Jane offered me a role helping with the support program, answering letters from other mothers. And when I write to them, when I say I understand, I feel my daughter didn't leave for nothing. Kate took Rachel's hand. You're creating her legacy. Every mother you help, that's her memory. That's incredible. Saying goodbye, Kate hugged Rachel again, tightly. For a long time, if things get hard, write to me, she said. I can't promise to reply immediately, but I'll read it, and I'll be there. Rachel couldn't speak, just nodded. In the car, heading back to the palace, Kate looked out the window. William sent a message. How was the meeting? She replied, hard, important, right. That evening when the children slept, Kate went into Louis's nursery, watched him breathe, thought about all the women who don't have this chance, about empty cribs, about unfulfilled dreams. She quietly promised herself she'd continue, would use her platform, would speak about what others silence, because silence destroys, silence isolates, and people in grief shouldn't be alone. 4 years passed. October 2024. Kate again posted about Wave of Light, again lit a candle. But now the caption included, Princess of Wales. The title changed, responsibilities grew, but the essence remained the same. Rachel changed too. She became coordinator of Tommy's support program, helped hundreds of families annually, wrote articles, spoke at conferences, shared her story so others wouldn't feel alone. One morning, Rachel received an invitation. Kate was hosting a charity gala supporting Tommy's and wanted Rachel to give a speech. I can't, she wrote back. Speaking in front of hundreds of people. The reply came quickly. You speak to hundreds of mothers every day. This isn't different. Just tell the truth. Your truth. P.S. I'll be in the front row, the charity gala evening. Rachel stood backstage, hands shaking. In the hall, 400 people, aristocrats, business people, journalists. Kate approached from behind. Breathe, she said simply. You're stronger than you think. Rachel walked onto the stage. The first words stuck in her throat. She saw Kate in the front row. The princess smiled, nodded, and Rachel began. She told her story, about 24 weeks, the pink nursery, how the world collapsed, how Kate hugged her 4 years ago and made her understand life is possible after loss. She didn't tell me it would be easy, Rachel said. She didn't promise the pain would go away. She was just there, and sometimes that's all you need. Presence, acknowledgement, the right to grieve. The hall was silent. Kate wiped tears, not hiding them. After the speech, they met in a private room. Rachel was emotionally exhausted. Kate hugged her. You were incredible, she said. Every word, every second. You gave voice to those who have none. It's because of you. Rachel replied. 4 years ago, I didn't know how to live. You showed me the way. Kate shook her head. No, I just held your hand. You found the path yourself. They stood embracing. 2 women whose lives intersected in a moment of despair and transformed into friendship based on the deepest understanding. That evening, Kate returned home late. William waited with a cup of tea. How did it go? Rachel spoke, Kate said quietly. She told about her daughter, about loss, about hope. William, people cried. Men in £1,000 suits cried. You gave her a platform. I gave her my hand 4 years ago. Everything else she did herself. The prince hugged his wife. You change lives, Catherine, one embrace at a time. Several more months passed. Rachel called Kate early one morning. I'm pregnant, she said in a trembling voice. 6 weeks, and I'm terrified. Kate closed her eyes, understood that fear, Fear of loving again, fear of losing again. You'll get through this, she said, step by step, week by week, and I'll be there. 9 months later, Rachel gave birth to a healthy boy. She named him Thomas, after Tommy's, the organization that helped her survive. Kate sent a bouquet of white roses and a note. "Welcome to the world, Thomas. Your mum is the strongest woman I know. And somewhere your big sister is smiling." Rachel cried reading this. But for the first time in 6 years, these were tears not of pain, but gratitude. She looked at her son sleeping in the cradle, thought about the daughter who was lost, about Kate, who simply took her hand on October 14th, 2020. Sometimes one gesture changes everything. Sometimes one embrace gives strength to live. Sometimes a princess in a blue dress and floral mask becomes the reason you believe in the world's kindness. Rachel picked up her phone, wrote to Kate, "Thank you for everything. Forever yours, Rachel." The reply came an hour later. "Thank you for showing me the true strength of a mother's love. Warmly, Kate." This story is based on real events that occurred during Kate Middleton's visit to Tommy's National Center for Miscarriage Research on October 14th, 2020. The main character's name, Rachel O'Connor, has been changed to protect privacy. Some details have been supplemented with artistic fiction to create a cohesive narrative.